Hey guys, it's Kirsten. This is my 75th take doing this because every single time I sit down and plug in, my kids call me, I need a ride, I'm late for work. And now I have an 8-week-old kitten running all over my desktop, changing all my settings on my keyboard. So super awesome. Okay, so this little gal here was sent in by someone just wanting to fix the corner right here, but also I guess she didn't realize that the white panels weren't behind her. So we're going to fix that also. And I think to make it look way more natural, I would crop it horizontal, to be honest with you. But I will leave it like this for now, I think. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do is just make a selection. Oh my God, my cat Russell is watching the mouse, the cursor. Okay, I can't see what I'm doing. Russell, you're going to click inside and do layer via copy. And then click the move tool. I did inverse it horizontal, but I realized it really didn't matter for what I was doing. I'm going to line up the baseboards. Oh my God, Russell. I'm going to line up the baseboards and I'm going to hold the shift key down and just pull the baseboards down kind of where they need to go. Kind of where it makes sense. And click on the check mark. That might be, well, actually I didn't realize. Maybe something like that. For now, we're going to put a layer mask and then Control I inverts it. We're going to get a white paintbrush, so hit X until white is on the foreground. The opacity up here has to be at 100. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to just go like that. Then I'm going to lower the opacity to like 20 something, 30 something. Give it one more swipe to kind of blend it in. Now at least we have a baseboard over there. And it's good enough. Fine. Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, I am going to go ahead and flatten it. Okay, and this little boo-boo right here doesn't matter. Okay, so now what we're going to do is click on the quick selection tool and hit select subject. Okay, let's click on the plus. Just get some of the spots that we missed. Down here doesn't really matter. Really only focus on the top side of the baby. That's fine. This is good enough. The top of her head and her back and her foot and over here is all we really need to worry about. Then click select and mask, and you're just gonna, oh, I'm on the wrong setting. Oops. You're going to click on the second one down here. That looks like a brush on fire. Okay. And you're just going to go around places that aren't smooth, which would be her little fuzzy hair. We can go like by her foot. Over there doesn't really matter. Down here doesn't really super matter either, to be honest with you. Okay. I believe we're going to hit invert. I think we can do that afterwards too. And then output settings, new layer with layer mask, and hit OK. And then we're going to click back on the layer, click back on the background so you can see the background. And we're going to click over here on not the layer mask, but the layer. Okay. Then we're going to click on the gradient tool right here. Up here, we're going to want foreground to transparent. Whoops, okay. Then we are going to hold down the Alt key and select a color right by her head. That's good enough. Okay. Make sure it's on the first one here, the linear, not the radial. And then we're going to drag and drop well, I don't know why I said that. We're going to drag the line down and then let go. Sometimes you have to do it twice. Sometimes I will drop it right here. And if you need a little extra oomph, which I don't know if you do actually, because I don't mind the crease right here, but you can always just kind of like, or let me back up 2 steps. Or you can always lower to like maybe 30% opacity. So you've got the faint line over here. It's not horizontal, so I'm going to go in and fix that a little bit. Okay, so I always click back on the layer mask and get a black brush. So hit X and then hit the right bracket key to make it bigger. Oop, put it back at 100. And I'm just going to take anything off of the foreground because the foreground wasn't the problem area. Okay, so now I'm going to lower it to like 20, 30, 30 is fine. And I'm going to do just kind of like click, 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 back in through here to bring back some of the original baseboards. Because obviously less is more. Right, I think that's good enough. Then I think just, well, actually what I could do is I could click on the crop to, well, do I want to rotate it that way? Because I don't want to cut off really the blanket, but let's make that horizontal, or the background line horizontal, but I think we can do that without cutting anything off. There's a little, we went outside the original picture here, but that's fine. Just keep the content aware box checked and Photoshop will figure it out. Okay, good. Now I'm going to hit the clone, which I hate, but just going to go. Normally I would use the, whoops, that looks yucky. There we go. Normally I would just use the Band-Aid, but whatever, I have clone. Okay, maybe I'll switch to the Band-Aid. Just take out some of the little distracting boo-boos. Okay, now, like I said in the beginning, what I would probably do is I always do a 15 by 11 because that's what Damien says to do. And if he says to do it, I do it. I would probably crop it something like this. Make sure content aware is checked. Now, content aware is going to be a train wreck because of this blanket, but let's see if we can just fix it. Let's just see what happens. It's actually not terrible. So I'm going to just see real quick if I can just kind of and I'm going to even lower to like 40%. I don't think we need a ton. Do you remember the way to rotate the brush? Control, Shift. No, it's not that. Damn it, I never remember. Alt, Shift, and then the little caret thing. Oh, yep, that's what it is. So you can actually rotate the cloning brush. It's the Alt, Shift, and then the thing above the comma. I don't know what that's called. Alt, Shift. Now I want to go the other way. Am I making this 1,000 times worse? Maybe. Okay, so that is probably what I would do. And then probably lighten her eye a little smidge. I have, let me go back. I sell in my store, the Photographers Collaborative.com. Michelle's designer set right here. So I'm going to do baby light. I use that on everything. I love it. But what I normally do, which I think I'm going to do here, is hit Control I on that and then get a white paintbrush. So hit X. I'm going to make this smaller. Actually, let me zoom in so you can see. I'm at 31. Let's make it 100. So I'm just going to kind of paint in the shadow a little bit. It was a little strong. That's fine. Let me back up. I'm also just going to lower the opacity here. Just click on some of the little shadows. Before and after. Okay, I like that. I'm just going to flatten that. I'm just going to see the baby pop. I like that too. Just a little bit of contrast. And then baby soft is another one. I love it. I love it. Okay, so that's probably how I would edit that. Okay, I hope this helps a little bit. Bye.